The launch of sexual harassment awareness and prevention in schools. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to respectfully introduce to you, we have in our midst the Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Yao Osei Educhum. Minister, welcome. I would like to invite Mrs. Gifty Sechi Bremansu to give us the purpose of this launch.
Thank you very much, Cassandra. The Honorable Minister for Education, all protocol duly observed, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm extremely elated this evening as we advance further the Ministry of Education and Ghana Education Service resolve to deliver quality education for our pre-tertiary clientele in a safe, secure, and inclusive setting, which is a component of the transformational agenda for secondary educational institutions in the country. Various studies conducted between 2009 and 2013 revealed disturbing levels of violence in Ghanaian schools, especially at the pre-tertiary level. Examples of studies included those by Action Aid Ghana in 2009 and 2010, Plan International 2013 in a number of African countries, including Ghana, and the UNICEF Government of Ghana Child Protection Baseline Survey of 2013. All these studies reported high levels of corporal punishment, bullying, including cyberbullying and sexual harassment in our schools. It was observed that school violence depleted effort by government and partners in achieving the Millennium Development Goals, education for all, and the current Sustainable Development Goals. The Ministry of Education, through the Ghana Education Service, therefore launched the Safe School programs in 2018 as a response to the prevalence of violence in our schools. The launch was preceded with the development of Safe School Resource Pack, a package of 3 resource materials, namely the Safe School Handbook for Teachers, Training Manual on Safe School, and the Peer-to-Peer Manual. It also undertook the training of personnel at different levels, following a successful training of personnel, including learners. GES moved into actual level implementation through curriculum and non-curriculum approaches to especially equip learners with the requisite knowledge and attitudes to adapt safe and responsible behaviors and practices in school. At the education sector, we believe in the Ghanaian adage that it takes a village to raise a child. Hence, the tagline, Safe School, a shared responsibility. Emphasizing that we need all hands on deck approach to provide and promote a safe, secure, and inclusive environment which is physically safe, psychologically enabling, and emotionally secure. The Ministry of Education, under the able leadership of Honorable Yao Osei Educhum, in partnership with GES and other development partners, intend to increase and promote a culture of respect for human rights and dignity by encouraging personnel in schools to fully embrace the principle of safe school, by launching the sexual harassment awareness and prevention, and the online mandatory training for teachers to empower teachers, learners, and the entire school community with the knowledge, tools, and attitude necessary to recognize, prevent, and respond to sexual harassment. It is for this reason that we gather here this evening. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Honorable Minister of Education, the Director General and Management of GES, and other agencies under the ministry, I welcome you warmly to this event. We are hopeful that we can continue to count on you beyond the walls of this conference room as we advance the cause of safe school in Ghanaian schools. Once again, you are welcome. And when I say safe school, respond a shared responsibility. Safe school. A shared responsibility. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Director Mrs. Gifty Sechi-Bremansu. We will receive some brief remarks from two teachers, Mr. Paul Clever, a tutor at Accra Girls Senior High School. Mr. Paul Clever, if you are here.
Thank you, Madam. The name is Victor Clever. Thank you for the introduction. Mr. Chairman, kindly permit me to stand upon existing protocols as established by earlier speakers to deliver this short solidarity message on behalf of male workers of the Ghana Education Service on this occasion of the launch of the Sexual Harassment Awareness and Prevention as part of the overall objective of creating safe schools in our communities. There is preponderance of data and literature from various researchers that show that there's high prevalence rate of issues of sexual harassment in our schools. And it is to this end that I find this policy not only appropriate and relevant, but perhaps long overdue. As a union executive, sometimes I sit on committees to listen to issues where a learner accuses a worker for one infraction or another, so far as sexual harassment is concerned. And sometimes it is clear that some of our workers are quite ignorant that some of the actions they take or some of the conversations they have or some of the touches they might give to their learners constitute an act of sexual harassment. So we find this very important because it will go a long way to empower our workers to recognize, to prevent, to respond appropriately, and also to support victims in one way or the other, so far as the issue of sexual harassment is concerned. It is our desire and our hope that this policy will go a very long way to eliminate all forms of sexual harassment in our school environment, so that all forms of unwanted, unwarranted, unsolicited, non-consensual, and inappropriate relationships will be eradicated from our school environment. We pledge our full support to this program, and we pray and hope that it sees the light of day sooner than later. Thank you very much.
All right, so we'll take a demonstration of online sexual harassment awareness and prevention training for teachers. It's a video we'll show, and then the Honorable Minister will quickly launch, and then we'll continue with the musical interlude, and then voice of Elena, and then we'll do the teacher's remarks.
As the Minister for Education, I welcome you to this NTC portal where you are undertaking your training. There's a popular saying that there's no place like home. I venture to say that there's no place like a safe school. Place where children feel welcome and they can't wait to get there, to meet with their teachers. They want to make sure that they come to school and they are put under the care of loving individuals that will continue the love that they bring from home. In order to ensure that we transform education in our nation, in order to ensure that education meets its rightful role, that is, transformation of the economy and the society of our nation, we have to ensure that children feel safe. One aspect of safety that I'm going to talk about is sexual harassment. My colleague teachers and other education workers understand that when the children come to you, you are to treat them with care, respect, and love. And that does not include sexual harassment. Advances on children of sexual nature is something that we have to run away from because it can destroy our career for the rest of our lives. So from grooming to sexual harassment, avoid it. Create a better future for yourself as a professional and understand that the children who have been entrusted to your care were entrusted to your care because the parents and the government believe that you are responsible adults. I have no doubt in my mind that all of you are going to abide by these new guidelines. Be that kind of teacher that you love to be remembered by the children. Leave a legacy for your school, leave a legacy for society, be remembered as a caring teacher and education worker. I wish you all the best throughout the training program. You'll be certified. There will be assurance by GES that you truly know how to keep children safe after your training. At your PLCs, you have further engagement with your head of school to assure yourself and your colleagues that the protection of children is of primary importance to you. Good luck on your training program. I wish you all the best.
The management of Ghana Education Service is extremely happy about this introduction of mandatory online sexual harassment training for all of our teachers. In the service, we are very much particular about professionalism of our teachers, which is why we introduced the Code of Conduct to regulate the conduct of all our staff across the country. The sexual harassment training, which is going to be done online and going to be done mandatorily by all teachers across the country, it's a feather in our cap. We believe strongly that the introduction of this mandatory online sexual harassment training is going to support us, is going to help us to understand what sexual harassment is all about, to understand how to handle same, and to even know how to deal with it when we are confronted with one. We, together as management, are very much excited about it, and want to say that we are very much committed to making it work and committed to making our teachers professionals.
Hello. As part of the Ministry of Education's pragmatic efforts to make our schools safe for effective teaching and learning, the Ghana Education Service has come up with a mandatory online program for all teachers to equip them on detailed information on sexual harassment. This program is divided into 3 phases. The first one is understanding what sexual harassment is, the reporting procedures, and then the last one is the support to the victims and disciplinary actions. This is a clarion call to all teachers to be part of this move. Thank you for taking part in this all-important program.
Dear teachers, I greet you from National Teaching Council headquarters. As you all know, it is very, very essential to equip teachers with the right skills, knowledge, and attitude to create a safe learning environment for all learners. To avoid sexual harassment in schools and among professionals, there is a need for us as teachers to go through this mandatory sexual harassment program, which will earn us CPD points and also help us to equip our skills to avoid sexual harassment in the school environment, thereby promoting safe environment for all learners. As professionals, it also enhances our competencies. To be proud of ourselves, after all, you add a value to yourself. Let's log on and read more to empower ourselves. God bless us all. Bye-bye.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Deborah Tubra. You are welcome to the Sexual Harassment Awareness and Prevention Training for teachers. This course is sectioned into 3 modules with learning outcomes for each module. It's an estimated 3 to 4 hours of learning. It contains a downloadable version of the GES guidelines for addressing sexual harassment in secondary education institutions. The course also includes a range of assessments to engage teachers. And at the end of this course, teachers will be awarded CPD accreditation points. For Module 1, we would be looking at understanding sexual harassment, and that builds the foundation for the entire course. Our learning objectives under this module is to ensure that by the end of the module, learners will be able to understand what constitutes sexual harassment. We also aim to ensure that you are able to demonstrate adequate knowledge of the types of sexual harassment and examples of the types, and to identify the impact of sexual harassment on victims and others in the education environment. We also aim to ensure that learners understand what constitutes consent and what doesn't constitute consent.
I respectfully invite the Honorable Minister to give his address and then launch the sexual harassment prevention and training. Please, let's do it better. I wish Mr. Pra. Mr. Pra, would you come and do a proper introduction for me?
Hello. How are you? Which school is this? Okay, I need 4 of you here. Come and help me lunch. Come. 4. Here. Aha. 2 boys. Here. Oh, please have a seat. Oh, unless you want to exercise. All right. They are the ones who are going to help me do the work. Madam Chairperson, Chief Director, all heads of agencies present, our development partners, MasterCard Foundation, directors of education, NGO rep, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, students and teachers present, all other protocol duly observed. Whenever I do this, it reminds me that I'm in Ghana, the land of protocols. You don't do it as your own. You're in trouble if you don't do it right. So in case I missed you, oh, Director General of Ghana Education Services, I don't think I mentioned your name, your title. So Dr. Eric Nkansa is in the house, and Deputy Director General of TVS Service, Mr. Pra, is also here. It's indeed an honor to be here again at NEW. Now we are talking about launching the Sexual Harassment Awareness and Prevention in Schools guidelines. We talk about education and its role in transformation of our nation. You cannot have education plays rightful role if the school environment is not safe. If a school environment is not safe for our young men and our young women, we are not going to get the intended outcomes that we need to change our country. So on this note, I commend Ghana Education Service, National Teaching Council, MasterCard Foundation, and every one of you involved in this process for bringing us this far in the Ghanaian education system. My colleague teachers understand that these guidelines are supposed to help you be better professionals. We all have gone through school in Ghana, and we all saw what some unscrupulous individuals did to some sections of the student population. That era should be long gone. We have begun a process that will ensure that no adult take undue advantage of any child in any school in this country. If you do, the law will take its course. Imagine them as your daughters. They come home to tell you that somebody has abused them. If you were the father, would you be happy? You will not be. So let us all understand that we have to protect this young woman, protect this young man, make sure they learn, they study, bring about the transformation that we need in this country. I think most of the things I was going to say have been said, either in my video or the presentation by the Director General or by Director Counseling or the Human Resource Director have said so much, NTC have said so much, and I believe that the online training is going to equip our teachers to do a great job. Heard of these complaints in the years past. And this is not something any school is going to investigate. To be investigated by law enforcement. And it's as simple as that. Parents, understand that these guidelines are going to protect your children. If you get any complaints from your daughter, your son, that nothing untoward has happened to them, don't hesitate to contact the school and don't hesitate to inform law enforcement. So the right thing will be done. I trust that my colleague teachers and education workers will go by these guidelines and there will be no need for any reports by any parent to anyone. Because I think we got into this profession with a full understanding that we are in this profession to impact humanity. And therefore, we're going to do the right thing. So these guidelines will just be a reminder for us to always understand that we have to do the right thing. Young men and women, it's your responsibility Per the guidelines, you report anything untoward that happens to you, to your head of school, your counselor, and any adult in your school environment that you trust. Don't be afraid. Protect yourself. As the school leaders help protect you, understand that your future is in your hands. We want you to remain the same individuals that came to the school from your home, and want you to leave and go back home feeling protected, knowing that the school is a safe environment for you. So on this note, by virtue of the powers vested in me as the Minister for Education, I declare the sexual harassment awareness and prevention guidelines in our schools, TVET, and senior high schools, and junior high schools, and primary schools, and KGs duly launched. So I'll take a picture with those who have supported me. So come. Here. If it's going to a newspaper, it should be with them. Yanko says. Okay, good. All right. They are the lucky ones.
Dear Chairman, please permit me to stand on existing protocols to make this presentation or demonstration on how to access the portal on the NTC website. Please, our website or the link for the portal, the LMS portal is island.ntc.gov.gh. island.ntc.gov.gh. Please, the teachers concerned are going to be sent text messages with detailed instructions on how to access the course. And please, once they go to the portal, they just click on login, and once they log in, they will be presented with. They are already pre-enrolled on the course, so they will go straight to the sexual harassment course. And please, this is the flow of the course, as we see on the screen. It starts with the course description. So the course description talks about the composition of the training program. It is made up of 3 main modules. So they are going to go through all the modules one by one to be able to get access to their certificates. And please, the module 1 is understanding sexual harassment, and it starts with an introductory video, which the participants are going to play. It will walk them, please calm down, it will walk them through the contents of module 1. We have the learning objectives as part of it. And our system has been designed in such a way that once you access a content, the system will mark it as done for you. So you access it, it will not be marked as done. And you can always track your progress. Thus, after completing a module, you will know whether you have fully completed it or not. If you didn't go through all the contents in a module, you will not get 100% for that particular module. And you will see it as a chart on that particular module. So it will let you know that this is the exact module, or this is the module I haven't completed. So you go back and complete it. And please, when you go through the module step by step, you get to the final stage where you'll be tested. That's, you'll be given assessment on the module. After completing the assessment, you go to summary. Then after the summary, you have access to the resources that you went through. So you can download the resources either in a PDF form, in a Word format, or in a PowerPoint. So it means that even if you don't have access to the internet, you can always download the resources on your phone and read them to gain understanding of the course, so that anytime you come to a place where there is internet, you can get access, you can just provide answers to the questions that you have been asked and complete the course on time. So please, in all, this is how the modules have been arranged. Every module comes with items one by one, which the teachers are supposed to complete. And as you complete, the system will be marking you. You do your assessment, you go through the summary, then you download your resources. Thank you very much. I'm done.
Thank you so much, Mr. Boache from NTC. And on that note, I'd like to bring the program or today's session to a close. And so thank you so much for sitting through till this time. We'll take some photographs. All our dignitaries will be here, and then we'll take some pictures with the students, with everybody.